Welcome back. This is part 2 of the HearFormPRO 2018 introductory videos. I wanted to show you something that's kind of interesting about our new technology. We have an iPad app available, and as I zoom out a little bit, imagine handing the patient in the waiting room an iPad or sitting next to them, helping them fill that out. We have optimized the screens for a variety of different areas within HearForm so that the patient can fill out that information. You may have already asked some of the information on the phone, so it's just waiting there for them. They don't have to fill it out twice, but they would then enter whatever desired information there is for that particular payer, let's say, and their insurance information, which physician they may work with, etc. And they just go from screen to screen swiping with their finger. And then at the end, they can just check the box and it'll pull up a signature window where they can sign with the Apple Pencil or their fingertip, hand that back to the staff member, and all of that information is sent instantly wirelessly through your wireless network rather. So it's really cool to be able to hand an iPad to someone. They're not used to that, and yeah, I think it adds a degree of professionalism. Again, that works not just with your registration form, but also your HIPAA notice of privacy practice, your purchase agreements, and any number of other forms where you want the patient to sign right on your iPad or iPhone. Off to the right hand side, we've improved the HearForm documents. Some people will call it a paperless option, where you can scan any number of different documents to each patient's folder. But one of the problems in the past was organizing that information in a meaningful way. For example, in the upper right area here, we see that we have the, let me zoom in a little bit so you can see it. We have the audiograms in a subdirectory along with HIPAA and insurance, some other things. But the problem is you don't necessarily know if there's anything inside of those folders. So we have a new feature now where you can click a button and it will stay there. I've already removed it just for this purpose. But clicking a button will show and pull in all the different documents that are stored within each of your subdirectories, showing that there are 2 images for that patient in the images folder, or there is an audiogram stored there, etc. So that's going to make the documents area much more usable. Now, if you don't have room for a wide screen and you just have to have it in a standard size, we still have the documents area that'll pop up right in a separate window, making it very easy to use that. And we've made it larger, and again, it's a much better use of space for the home screen here. So we're excited about that as well. But the most exciting part of this home screen is something that you may have already seen in introductory to, and that is the HearForm Media Center. We have something called HearFlix, which is hundreds of different videos that are available to you regarding the hearing healthcare industry. And we have HearDocs. So let's take a look at each of those. This is an arbitrary number of different videos that are on here now, but we'll have a featured video at the top. We have a series of other featured videos that you can scroll through and take a look at. We have things that are trending and staff picks, and then from a variety of different manufacturers. And simply by clicking on the button itself, it'll pull up the video where you can show that to the patient right on the iPad or just right on your screen there. And it really makes it very easy to be able to use this for a variety of reasons. I'll give you an example from the Flix library. Again, there are hundreds and hundreds of videos in here, but let's just say you wanted to pull up certain ones for counseling purposes. You wanted to show how sound works. And we have a variety of really neat videos that are in there that you'll want to take a look at. Really nice for education. But some anatomy videos, or videos that explain the danger of using headphones improperly, or using a Q-tip improperly, and on and on and on. So we just have a lot of really great videos that you can use to show the benefits of binaural hearing, or the difference between an outer, middle, or inner ear loss, etc. What if instead you just want to maybe show a patient how their hearing aid will stream with their iPhone? So all of these are not only available in your office, but simply by clicking a button here, it will send that video right as a link to the patient. And it makes it literally just 2 seconds or less than 10 seconds to send a link to any number of hundreds of different videos to the patient, preparing them for the visit that they're about to have with you. Or it could be you're following up after a purchase, and you may want to, for example, send out a testimonial, and there's all these different testimonials that are in there that that have to do with the hearing aid that they just purchased from you. So simply by clicking the button, that testimonial goes right to the patient who just purchased that particular product, perhaps reducing the likelihood of a return for credit or something like that, or buyer's remorse. So again, we have HearFlix, we have HearDoc. Simply by clicking that that link, it will open up that PDF in your native application, and we just have all of these different documents that are in there, user manuals, or any number of other different things that a patient may have lost their user manual, and you may want to pull up information and send that information right to the patient. And we can separate those as desired by here's some brochures for Widex, for example, and then you can separate them for Unitron, etc., etc. So as each of these manufacturers have their materials available, you can very easily send those out to the patient. So we think that that's going to be real nice. You can also put your own documents and your own videos in the system. So you may have seen in our previous video that you can put your favorites in there, and simply with one click send not only a link to the video, but also up to 10 separate attachments. And this, we think, is going to really come in handy as a way to very easily communicate with your patient for a variety of different reasons. One other example is, let's say a patient calls and says, my hearing aid is wet, what do I do? Well, you've already put in a really nice explanation of what to do for how to take care of their batteries, or how to change a tube, or whatever it is. Simply click a button and it sends that right to Jennifer, and she has a really nice email or even text that will tell her how to take care of that hearing aid that got wet. So we think that this area here is going to really make a difference the way you communicate with patients, and that, along with the letters and forms section in HearForm, is going to help you to fit more hearing instruments and have better communications with your manufacturers at the same time.